Hey, how we doing, gang? Kawaii50 here with another FGO video, and it is time for us to talk about the Holy Knight of the Dove, he of the White Light, though most of you know him as the character you likely pulled while summoning for Tom Lin Lancelot. Got you really excited, but then it was this guy. I personally wasn't complaining. Of course, it is time to talk about Percival. We're going to be going over this Roundtable Knight's best allies, craft essences, and command codes, so you can realize that it wasn't so bad that you ended up summoning this man on Lancelot's banner. Hopefully, this video helps you out, and if it does, be sure to go ahead, like, and subscribe. Percival comes equipped with 1 quick, 2 arts, and 2 buster cards, with an AoE Arts Noble Phantasm. That's right, we have yet another Arts Looper on our hands. So if you're done using Finn McCool, well, Percival has got your back, ready to eat up some Bond EXP. His HP at 12k is really what is the stat we are going to focus on the most, and it's pretty solid for a 4-star. His attack is rather low, unfortunately, and his NP per hit is moderate at best. Unfortunately, his arts cards only have 2 hits on them, so you can't expect a lot of NP gain off of Percival's face cards. As expected from a Lancer, his Stargather is also a little below average. Percival's first skill is his most important, and one you're not really going to mince words about. It is Protection of the Holy Grail rank A. Can't get really more on the nose with something in the Fate universe, right? This is going to give 20 to 30% arts card effectiveness to Percival for 3 turns, grant him a 10 to 20% charge on his NP gauge, and also increase the Noble Phantasm strength of all of his allies for 3 turns. This is Percival's main way to deal damage, to charge his Noble Phantasm, to help his allies. This skill is really just completely and utterly front-loaded. Of course, we're going to go ahead and max this first. Percival's second skill is Guardian Knight of the Sacred Lance rank B+. This gives Percival 3 turns of taunt. He is going to force all enemies to attack him, and when he takes damage, he ends up increasing his own NP gain by 30 to 50% for 3 turns. We are going to go ahead and max this skill last, mainly because the only things that really go up on this are that NP gain, and 30% is already fairly solid. Considering you might be using this guy in an arts looping team, you've probably got the support to go ahead and keep his NP gain up. So we can kind of cool the jets on this skill. Percival's final skill is actually a pretty solid supportive option. Light of Salvation rank B targets one ally. It can be Percival or it can be somebody else. It gives them invincibility and also restores 1000 to 2000 HP depending on level. We are going to go ahead and max this skill second to both up the heal as well as reduce the cooldown on that invincibility. Of course, you can use this on Percival in conjunction with his second skill and just get a bunch of NP gain from enemies attacking you for basically nothing. Looking at Percival's append skills, our most important one is going to be Load Magical Energy. A 10 to 20% starting NP gauge coupled with a maxed out first skill is going to start you off with a 40% Noble Phantasm. With some creative CE usage, you can get a turn 1 off of this without a K-scope. Just requires a bit of investment. And what you just saw there was Percival's Noble Phantasm, Longinus Count 0. Yes, we're talking about that fabled lance. This has an overcharge effect where it increases Percival's NP strength for 1 turn before damage is dealt. Already, we see in the makings of this Noble Phantasm a prime candidate for arts looping. This also ignores invincibility on the turn that you cast it and also activates first, allowing Percival to shred through enemy defenses, including those of bosses. This hits for 450 to 750% damage, and it also targets the ally with the lowest amount of HP and restores a solid 3k to boot. Of course, if Percival is the one who's been taking a lot of the damage and you haven't been routinely using that invincibility or it's on cooldown, well, odds are that character is going to be Percival. So this Noble Phantasm is actually a pretty dang solid way to keep him alive on top of dealing all of that damage. So let's talk allies. Percival is of course capable of arts looping, and arts looping rather well at that. So Castoria is going to be his ultimate option when it comes to a support. Of course, Percival is going to fight his hardest when paired on the field with his king. There are, of course, a couple of other options we can pair with Percival, mainly because of the fact that he is able to be a sort of pseudo-targeted support and go ahead and heal all of his allies. So if you're looking for a team that can last until the end of time when it comes to fighting an opponent, you could do a lot worse than having Percival on that team. If you pair him with the likes of, say, Jeanne d'Arc, for example, with her Noble Phantasm providing those solid heals, as well as Medea Lily, you can end up crafting yourself a team that is able to heal itself through the worst attacks you could possibly see. When it comes to craft essences, let's get our easy pick out of the way. The Black Grail is of course going to be our premier option. The damage it provides is just unparalleled, and when it comes to Percival's ability to heal himself, well, the damage it deals every single turn is not necessarily that much of a deal breaker. I can also definitely recommend Dive to Blue on Percival. This grants arts card effectiveness, NP strength, and a starting NP gauge. This is kind of an older CE, but a lot of players might definitely be willing to break it out, mainly so you can get that bonus to the Noble Phantasm, especially if you don't have a Black Grail. Going beyond that, we are going to want to focus on Percival's unique ability to heal both himself and allies. I mean, I guess it's not that unique, but it's pretty interesting to see on a Lancer. So let's look at some Cs that can go ahead and capitalize off of that. Street Choco Maid is going to be an excellent option, providing HP recovery and arts and quick card effectiveness, so most of Percival's cards are going to benefit from this solid little boost. You can also give him something like Present for My Master. This is a much larger HP recovery amount boost, but it also increases a particular servant's critical star gather rate. Considering Percival's is only a little below average, this can actually be fairly effective if you want to funnel stars to Percival to help with his slightly lower NP gain. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly option, there is a 4-star option in the form of Gentle Affection. This grants 15 to 20% healing effectiveness. Percival can definitely make use of this CE. And finally, command codes. And when it came to building Percival, I really thought we should just continue to capitalize off of those heals to make a servant that just absolutely refuses to die until his duty to his king is complete. Maiden of Orleans can definitely work off this. Every 3 turns, this will recover 1000 HP. Reminder that all of these will work off of healing effectiveness as well. So with those few CEs I mentioned there at the end, you're gonna get a solid recovery boosted off of those CEs. Your Faithful Sheep is an excellent pick, removing an ailment debuff, so poisons, burns, curses. Percival's going to be able to cleanse those as well as recover 100 HP. BB Slots is of course just a very fun option. This can of course heal, but it can also increase debuff resistance and just grant you 5 critical stars. Percival can use both of those. Bride of White Rose is worth mentioning for party-wide healing. This grants 200 HP when attacking using the engraved card. And finally, I definitely want to mention Good Wife Wise Fox. This ups healing received on the user by 50% one time, but it lasts for 2 turns. So this means if you're sure that Percival's 3rd skill is going to go off of cooldown, or you know your Percival is going to Noble Phantasm, maybe not this turn, but possibly next turn, well, you are going to have a chance to get a severely increased heal thanks to this command code. Overall, gang, Percival is a very solid character with a lot of benefits going for him. He does have the ability to arts loop, so that is immediately going to become attractive for players who are lacking the likes of Finn McCool or Summer Lambda. You have an arts looper, the man is right there, and he does it fairly well. So if you're missing those Lancers, he may be worth a shot just on those merits alone. But on top of that, Percival's ability to grant any of his allies invincibility, to heal himself, to heal his allies, to gain extra NP gain and exploit that with a targeted invincibility, those are additional attractive benefits to Percival as well. Nothing in his kit is particularly exciting, and he may look a little boring compared to the likes of Tamlin Lancelot, but don't let the fact that Tamlin Lancelot is such a crazy powerful servant fool you. Percival is still a very solid Lancer option and could even be your main arch-looping Lancer if you so choose. Overall, while his kit's not flashy, it gets the job done. But of course, I want to know what you all think, so let me know all of your thoughts on Percival down in the comment section below. Let me know if you think there are any allies, craft essences, or command codes I might have missed, and let me know how many copies of Percival you ended up getting when trying to get Tamlin Lancelot, or maybe you just went for Percival yourself. I'm sitting on 2 copies of Percival, and I cannot wait to add him to my Lancer rotation. As you're heading down to talk about Percival in the comments, be sure to check out the Discord, the Patreon, and the Ko-fi. Big thanks to everyone for all of their support on those platforms, and big thanks to all of you here on YouTube as well for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. Anyways, gang, that's it for me, Kawaii50. I hope you all have a phenomenal day. I will see you all in the next one.